I have to start with a round of applause because 2024 was a spectacular year for the growth of Afro House, man. 2024 was huge. So many breakthrough artists, so many new names, so many new sounds, so many significant moments, so many trend-setting moments. Extremely happy with how 2024 turned out. And I've got to say, man, if you're watching this video, you've probably contributed somehow to the growth of our sound, by listening to the tracks, by providing feedback to the artists, by contributing to the success of these artists. So thanks to you, thanks to the artists, thanks to everybody, in the Afro House space. This was our year. This was the year where Afro House became mainstream. And mainstream, guys, is not a bad thing at all. Mainstream is good. Mainstream means we all get more opportunities. We all get to eat. We all get to reap the rewards of our hard work. So 2024, what a year for Afro House. Amazing. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into the tracks and my top 50 ranked. I do this every single year, and every single year, there's discussions as to tracks that are missing, tracks that should be higher. This is my taste, my preference. Of course, this is a biased list, so do not take this as the Bible. This is according to me, Manu, curator, DJ, content creator, and, lover of the music. This is how I have these tracks ranked. Okay, I've got 59 tracks in here. Let's say 50 plus 9. At 59, I've got Pages, C-Mart, Worker. This one came out on Deep Proof Records. That's at 59. 58, Lydia Mandre, Tommy Kimpton, Bad For You. You could argue this is not an Afro House track, but these two producers, these two artists in particular, have contributed massively to moments, to our sound, to remixes, to releases. So they make this list at 58. 57, Angelos, Ages. This for me could be higher. One of my favorite tracks of this year. If you haven't heard this track, you're missing out. Angelos, also one of my favorite DJs. Robin M and Les, Nija on Ulu Records. Dangle Twins, Misha, The Symphony. What a track. Probably the top track on that Smile compilation from Magnific. A recent track from Liver K, Medusa, Hyla. Liver K remix of Another World by Medusa and Hyla. This one actually just came out a couple of weeks back. What a track by Liver K. Like That, Kasango, Chris Arna, Voodoo Child at 55 for me. Seculaire, J. Kali Mija, released on Club Records. Gordo, Drake, Sideways. And at 50, I've got Josie, Taylor, Tabia, Butterfly Effect. All of these tracks deserve higher spots on this list, this ranking for 2024 top Afro House. Let's go with one track to listen to. I'm really enjoying this Liver K remix of Another World. Let's give it a spin. Liver K completely snapped on that remix. Completely snapped. Okay, guys, we are into the top 50. We just mentioned Josie Taylor, To Be a Butterfly Effect. That one was also on Deep Root Records. At 49, I've got Subeira and Montrouge, Yapeli. At 48, Alex Swan, remix of FCL, It's You, released on Defected. An underrated record. If you ask me, this is one of the best productions of 2024. Alex Swan, of course, one of the top artists, not producer, not DJ, one of the top artists, one of the top names of 2024, Alex Swan at 48 with It's You remix. 47, Ameme, Frank Fala, Wait For You. This is a recent release from November. Great track, very original, beautiful sound. At 46, I've got Jeff Bulim Pania Lelo, our release on Club Record. Jeff created something original here, authentic, and something fresh that I thought at the time was much needed in our space. That's at 46. At 45, another breakthrough artist in Luch with Titarite. That one was on Mo Black. That's at 45. At 44, Night Freak's remix of Prayer in C. Moving on at 43, Juno, Dopamina. That was also on Club Records. Shout out to Juno. Another breakthrough artist for me from Hamburg, Germany, Juno. Salute. At 42, yet again, another breakthrough artist from 2024. 2024, guys, was full of these names, these producers that just owned the moment. These producers that owned the moment. You know, the likes of Mira, Juno, Dennis Louvre, Alex Swan, Moike. Let me know in the comments, man. There's so many producers that I thought in 2024, release after release, it was Luch, of course. Release after release, it was a banger. They did not miss. I should also do a video on top artists, but for me, these were the names. Jamar Ortega, another one. But yeah, 42, Close to You, Mira, remix, Summer Sultan. At 41, Ankoi, Hidden Place. This was actually one of my favorite records. When it came out, for me, this track was beautiful. So yeah, that's my 50 through 41. Let's go with Ameme, Frank Fala, Wait For You for a quick spin.
Show me love now, I don't wanna wait for you. Make me warm now. Make me warm now. Oh yeah, I don't wanna wait for you. Show me love now, I don't wanna wait for you. Make me warm now. Make me warm now.
Come on, man. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with Ameme. Ameme was another guy that this year went hard. Shout out to him. Okay, guys, let's move on at 40. At 40, I've got Jamek Ortega Voices, another track that received a lot of support across the scene. And Jamek Ortega, congratulations to him, man. He also had a great year. 39, Mpo Wave Underground from the album Book of Wav, one of the few albums that actually were released this year. So shout out to Mpo Wav. Shimmer, another favorite of mine. These are one of those tracks that you hear, you know, someone else play and you realize how much you enjoy, how much you appreciate the sound. And, you know, it's always different when someone else plays a track unexpectedly, you know, when someone else plays it and, you know, it just provides a fresh feel, a fresh appreciation for the track. And that is what I feel for this one by Leora. At 37, I've got Take It Deep, Gordo, Maria, you know, this one just works. At 36, shout out to Levy M, Cash Neve with Heartache. This one was out on Sandela for me. You know, Sandela's top release from this year. What a track by Levy M. 35, you have to go for me, Rafa Guido, Famax. Some of you might argue this should be higher. For me, this is a good spot, of course. If we're talking virality, if we're talking popularity, this track, of course, is higher. But for me, this is a good position. At 34, I've got Sensa, Lydia Mandre, Zach Martel, Tommy Kimpton. You know, you could also include the remixes, Manus and Dennis Louvre. But I just think using this as a nice kind of significant track that, contributed a lot, I think, to moments. Black Coffee playing the remixes, Manu releasing this year. So, this track was quite significant and original. At 33, Hugo Majnuna. This one is going crazy at the moment. Everybody's playing it. Sitting at number 1 currently on Beatport. Afro House, I'm sure it's top 5 overall. Hugo, another guy that just won in 2024. At 32, 1995, Remind. Shout out to Remind. Again, a top producer and someone that I think in 2025 is not gonna slow down. 31, Night Freak Imad, Clubhouse, Not the Same. The remix just released by Black Coffee as well. This track was a great collaboration between two strong producers, two of my favorite producers at the moment in Imad and Night Freak. And I've got to say as well, rest in peace to Max from Clubhouse, recently passed away. Thoughts and prayers to his family. Not the Same is a track that I think honors Max. And if you guys haven't heard Not the Same, I'm sure you have. Please give that one a spin. Okay, for this one, I'm going to go ahead and play Shimmer by Leora. It's between Shimmer and Heartache. I can't pick one. I'm going to go with Shimmer. Let's go. Spectacular. That one is just spectacular. I placed that at 38. Could be higher, but let's move on. Okay, we are into the top 30. At 30, I have Like That. Danidane Mara, released on Club Record. Again, guys, I think, we released this track on our label. Of course, naturally, I'm going to be a bit biased, a bit subjective, a bit personal, on this track. But truly, the support on this track was massive. This track was sitting top 20 since its release in early September. It's been sitting at top 20 Afro House, and it's still being played by some of the biggest DJs. I think it's a pretty fair placement for this track. Shout out to Mara and Danidane, man. Let's keep pushing this track. At 29, I have Maxi Marquez's remix of Pangea, Mahmoud Orhan, Nathan Nicholson. Beautiful track. Sauti, Francis Mercier, probably my favorite release ever from Francis. This one and La Musa. Sauti is a great track by Francis. Arguably the hardest worker in Afro House. Shout out to him. 26, man. 26, a track that, if you ask me, what were your favorite tracks to react to this year? Last Dance by Juno would be up there. Again, Juno, for me, this year did a lot and deserves the praise that he's getting. This track is sitting right now number 4 on Beatport. Afro House. Well deserved. Shout out to Juno. Okay, into the top half. At 25, I've got I Adore You, Hugo. At 24, Cairo, Simi, Impilo Yam. A sensational, emotional, melodic, nice, good feel track. Anko's remix of Affetto. I think this was a crowd favorite, a fan favorite for this year. Myra Andrade. At 22, Antidote, Maz, Leticia Fialo. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Corpo Cansao. What a track, man. I think every time I DJ, I play this track. It always works and the people love it. At 21, Mira Blomst. Mira again. Mira was one of the big winners of this year. And the future is bright, man. The future is super, super bright for Mira. I think every producer that is a top producer lists Mira as their favorite producer, or lists Mira, among their favorite producers. So, Mira, she's got fans. She's got fans. Okay. Into the top 20. Okay, actually, before we go into the top 20, let's play a little bit of something here. Let's play Cairo, Simi, Impilo, Yam. Let's go. I would actually keep playing that, but I don't want to get carried away because we might as well play the whole album from Cairo. So many tracks in that album that deserve a spot on this list, but I decided to only go with one. This was it. Let's move on into the top 20 of my top 50 Afro House tracks ranked. At 20, I've got Maz once again with Jolly Feel. I think this is actually listed number 1 at the moment on his Spotify. Great track. Ginton, Antidote, and La Yefa. At 19, I've got Say What Kind of Music. Probably the most anticipated track for this year. I don't think there's only been a few times in my life when I've witnessed people singing a song before it came out, right? A song have such a reputation already before it was released, before it even had a title. People were talking about this song and people were already kind of connecting to the track. So I've never seen anything have that effect. At 18, I've got Alderbrook, Shimza, Places. At 17, Martin Lu's remix of Another Life. At 16, I think this was another track that was very, very influential into how things progressed, how people's ear developed, and people's music taste as well in Afro House. This track had a lot to do with that. Sam Ajna, Hakeem, Ya Albi. At 15, Tandaza. Arguably the best production of 2024. Tandaza, Alan Dixon, Kind of Music, Arabic Piano. Wow, just wow. At 14, I've got Alex Swan, My Love. At 13, Sam and Ajna, once again, Move. I think Move, to me, was underrated. this is such a great track to play as a DJ. You don't miss as a DJ when you play this track. Energy wise, it works. It's got that vocal hook that connects. It's deep. The layers are there. Production wise, it tells a story. Move for me from Sam and Ajna, spectacular. At 12, another fan favorite, Liver K, The Drill. At 11, Mo Black, Salif Keita, Benja, Frank Fala, Yamore. Okay, so that's my 20 to 11. What should we play? I'm gonna go with Move, underrated track. What? Nah, man. Stop playing with these guys, man. Stop playing with Sam and Aina. Yeah. Two other guys that, yeah, man, this year, no one could stop them. This year, you couldn't tell these guys anything, bro. They had music it felt like every week they were dropping stuff. Come on, man. Come on. Okay, we are into our top 10. Before we get into it and end this video, I've got a preface, right? This was a personal list, subjective. If you want to share what your list was, let me know in the comments, DM me, send me a message, and let's talk. I would love to know what you guys have in your top 10. This is what I got. This is my top 10. Okay, at 10. And these, let me also say, these were tracks that I had on replay. When they came out, if I'm on the train, if I'm in the gym, if I'm just chilling out, cooking, just doing everyday stuff, I was listening to these tracks. If I was DJing, I'm listening and playing these tracks. Okay, at 10, Joseph remix of Soso. Number 1, for Joseph to get an official remix for this. And number 2, I thought it was just sonically a beautiful, beautiful production. At 9, Maz, Antidote, Run. I thought this track was just the coolest track. The coolest track. Maz and Antidote, winners. At number 7, I've got Battle, Shimza, Camo Fat, Idaziz, Battle, another track that just spoke to me. And when I saw Shimza this past weekend and he played this track, it sounded so good live. It was the first time I had heard it live. So good. At number 6, More Love, Rampa and Me remix. Arguably the most influential track of 2024. After this was released, every single DJ, it felt like, was dropping the whoop sound in their productions. More Love, Rampa and Me remix. Just set the tone. It set the tone when it was released and it still does today. At number 5, another producer that in 2024, he got busy. This guy got extremely busy in 2024. Arodis, Kids, beautiful track. Okay, top 5, Arodis, Kids. At 4, I've got Demaya, You Are. At 3, Maz, Vision, Amana. At number 2, guys, I've got Move, Adam Port, Streve, Kind of Music, Orsa, Malachi. That is my second pick. On everyone's list, this would be number 1, but for me, this is number 2. And at number 1, I've got Maybe by Moike. I think Moike, a DJ duo, a producer duo that found their sound. They take inspirations from different guys, but then they bring it all together in their own way. And I think Maybe is the fruit, the manifestation of that. Just a beautiful track, a beautiful sound. Let's give it a listen. Also, guys, thank you for rocking with me in 2024. This year was about owning for me. It was about setting something up that placed myself as a main player in Afro House. And yeah, the content did take a bit of a backseat, but in 2025, we're going to keep it going. And yeah, this is my top 50. I hope you guys enjoy it. We have 2 more releases for Club Record, one dropping this Friday, December 20th, called Yaka by Lorenzo Auxilia. And next week, we have another one called Tantas Veces. So, you know, we're not stopping. We're keeping it going, keeping the music flowing. Let's get it. Moike, Maybe my top track for 2024. Let's go.
Can you steal away the nature?